to Doctor Lefthandthread Sunday Surgery live with me, Doctor Lefthandthread. It's fix or fail. I'll either fix it or fail. That's how these surgeries go. Anybody can edit little videos and say cut them out, or if they make a real mess of something, they can just delete that video and not upload it. But there's nowhere to hide in these live streams. That's why I do them. And I hope it's fun for you. And give the stream a thumbs up on the way in, just to keep me going. Is there anybody else there wants to chat before I go? Yes, before I go down to it. There's J-Bobs. I want a few of you guys get on before we get real down to business. We haven't a fully packed schedule like we would have other nights. We wouldn't have like 4 batteries and 3 drills or anything crazy like that. We're just going to stick to the one machine tonight. We're just going to stick to this 243. It's a DCH243 type 1. As you all know, Dewalt's have types like diabetes. So this is type 1. And you can hear how she sounds. She don't sound the best. She's not drilling the best. And we're going to open her, see if we can fix her. We might be able to fix her, we might not. I'll have to fix it eventually, but I thought it'd be fun if we just explored it together. It could be just a diagnosis, or it could be a repair tonight, or it could be a feel. Either way, it doesn't matter. As long as it's fun, as long as we're all here and having the crack. Right, there's 6 people on. Yeah, let's get on with it. And before I get on with it, I have to tell you guys, next week, I have no Sunday surgery next week. It's St. Patrick's Day. I'm going to just give myself a day off. I think I'm going to take St. Patrick's night off, and I'm going to take Easter off. Dewalt used that one. Do you know how I know? Because it says DCH243 on it. And it says Dewalt. So it's the same one. Fat knows what I'm on about. I know. Promotional videos. I'd love to be using a promotional video myself. How's the sound for you guys? Everything good? Everything all good? Get down to business? I'm using a different mic tonight. It's not a... Yeah. You heard the DCH243 anyway. Right, there's 8 of you guys on, so I'm going to get down to business now. I'm really going to go now. It's probably full 9 o'clock. Yeah, all's good. All's good. Thanks, Pat. Thank you for the support, as always. And, right, let's see if we can get around to the proper shot here. Or will we go closer? Will we take this down a little bit? Take this down a little bit to see. Take her down a little bit. See if we can get a better shot. Right. Let's get to business, guys. And like I say, tonight we've got this DCH243. That's the brushed one. Yes, it's one of the brushed ones. There's a 253, which is more common. But this is the 243, and I hope the parts are the same, because some of the parts I have knocking about are for the 253. What I noticed about this one, she sits lower here, because if you put a 253 or 273, put a 5 amp battery on it, it'll sit up. That seems to be made for a 2 amp battery. This could be one that Screwfix got made or something. You know, it could be one of them sort of jobs. Could be a budget one, but I think the guts is the same. So we'll get down to business. As always, we're using a pot noodle receptacle to hold some of the bits. I recommend pot noodle as ideal for holding bits and pieces. You're taking these apart. I'll put this chuck into a wee bag as I go. Same with the geese off before. But for anybody that's watching this back, I'll try and keep it near the camera so they can actually see what I'm up to. If they ever have to do it themselves. No, that's not right. Seem to get out a little ring here. Happy Sunday. Fox Can Fix It Garage. I'm watching your videos flat out. The biggest problem with being somebody who's creating content, you don't get to watch enough videos. There's some guys I don't get to watch a lot of their videos now, and it's a shame because they have good content. But Fox Can Fix It Garage keeps popping up, and I keep watching his, which I'm happy about. I'm happy I'm able to watch them. Little ball. Because genuinely entertaining, good YouTuber, good guy. I recommend his channel. He's rebuilding the Jeep one bit at a time, and he's spraying her, and he's doing all sorts of things. And it's different than my content because it's more car related content, but it's cool. It's all good. So who else we got on the chat here? Yeah, all's good. Oh, no bother at all. We have to look after each other on this platform. There's too many trolls and too many narcissists and too many know-it-alls. That's why I come on a Sunday night, and sometimes I fix the thing, and sometimes you get a laugh at me because it goes wrong. But anyway, it's all fun. It's more, I'd rather make a mistake and you see me making a mistake than pretend to be a know-it-all, pretend to know everything. Anybody else in the stream? Anybody else want to chime in with words of wisdom? Is Gaz Bowling on tonight? I haven't seen him yet. I haven't seen Gaz Bowling yet. Yeah, well, he'll maybe come on if he has time. I have something to tell him. These butts I'm using, these saber cuts, I had to buy more of them because I keep horsing them. How did that happen? Live streams are a bit of a funny one. They're a bit of a funny one. If you don't want to see anybody show anybody you making a mistake, don't do live streams. But if you want to show people that you are just a human being like everybody else and you make a mistake all the time or things go wrong, I think it's more authentic. Because any mechanic or anybody that works at stuff for a living, if they're telling the truth, they have some bad days at the office and things just go wrong. And that's life. I think it's important to reflect that. But when they go right life, it's worth it, you know. When things go right. I've been lucky in some respects and I've been unlucky in some others, you know. But not so unlucky that I want to stop doing lives. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't be I always want to do live streams. I always think they're fun. I'm not going to appear next week live, or Easter Sunday, but other than that, lives are going to be continuing. Right. Let's see. The brushes are well down. I probably have to change the brushes if you have a wee look. You can see a gap there. I'm going to have to change the brushes. It wouldn't be as a man of the what do you call me? As the power tool doctor, it wouldn't be ethical for me to put that together. And the brush is ready to go. Now I'm going to have to fix the thing right. If I can. Right. It's time for one of these jobs. There's a bit of dust on her, which might be lucky. It might mean I have something that's dried out here rather than beyond repair. I hope. I need to recharge batteries. Recharge the batteries quite literally. Anyway. Gaz Bullen, good to see you on the stream. Gaz, I was asking about you a little moment ago. I got this here. Hello, Martin. Good to see you, Martin. It says it's an 80C, I believe. 3S80C Lipo 6000. I'm hoping that's going to power me into the future in my battery repairs. It's going to power me into the future. But hopefully it'll be the answer, the final solution. If that's not a bad choice of words to the spot welder, which will be maybe a game changer for me. Well, I've used the spot welder actually yesterday because of a video out at 9:45 in about, I don't know, half an hour or so. Power me into the future. Yes, I like that. It's kind of a cliche. Businesses are built in cliches at times. Power me into the future. I did a 3-part video on a 253, which is basically the same thing as this, near enough. And I did it about 6 years ago. Still on YouTube. It's a 3-parter in one of these. And some guy actually trolled me about it. He says that it was rough the way I was taking it apart. Shock me into the future. Work a treat. That's good. I'm looking forward to it. I'll probably do a video on it at some stage. I have to do a video. I'll get that later. You guys can remember the black wire goes on here and the red one goes on there. In case I forget. But I've had a few of these apart, so I know. Sort of know. Let's see. I'll give her another blow, so if you want to hold your ears this time, I should have warned you last time. What's that on there? That's a metal, you didn't touch it. We need to plug in the compressor again. That's to get a lot out of her. We'll see. How are we doing for time? We're only 15 minutes in. Darren, our big D, is on here. He usually laughs at me how long it takes me to take these things apart. Because he can take them apart and I know he could have that stripped down in 3 minutes or something. I suppose I'm carrying on as well. There's plenty of time. There is no plan B. This is it tonight. This is the only machine on the operating table. If you want to give it downstream a thumbs up, don't be afraid now, don't be shy. It's easy to forget. But I've been doing these Sunday surgeries since last summer. I think I only took Christmas and New Year's Eve off so far. So I'm not going to neglect them. I don't know what I'm going to have next week, but not the week after next week. But I'll have something. I was expecting a whole pile of batteries. To be honest with you, there was a whole pile of batteries supposed to be coming from, of all places, Wicklow again. Different guy from Wicklow. Totally unrelated, as far as I know, to the Wicklow machines. Was that last week? Totally unrelated as far as I know. Brushes are about half gone there. So we can I have a whole pile of batteries supposed to be coming from Wicklow, like I already said. They're coming from a guy who has it's Milwaukee batteries, of course, because that seems to be the order of the day at the minute. Coming from a guy who services Scania lorries. No, they need replaced. Anyway, armature looks pretty good. The bearing don't feel bad either. But I'm expecting these batteries to be rough when they come, to be quite honest. So I was hoping they give you guys a treat, and I will give you guys a treat whenever I do get them, because they'll show up some stage. I'm expecting them to be dirtier than a Formula 1 boss's WhatsApp messages, to be honest. But sure, we'll see. We'll see what takes place. There'll probably be broken bits too. It's pretty rough old work he's at. Yeah. No, you can see that. Look at that. Probably catch rings going. That's disappointing if the catch ring's gone, because I don't have one. I'm going to show you this, if I can. No. There's no resistance in that hammer. Look at that. There's no resistance in that hammer. The dynamic O-ring's definitely away. But I'm hoping that that'll do it. But sure, we'll see. We'll see. We're only less than 20 minutes in. We've got time to put this together and open it and take it apart again. If we have to. That's how much time we got. I have a set of brushes on hand here, because I thought you shouldn't open one of them without having a set of brushes nearby. I couldn't put that together with them brushes in. It would be ridiculous. Even for a live stream. But you know, this machine belongs to a guy from Ross Trevor, which is in County Down, for those of you who don't know. Anyway, here's aftermarket brushes that I got to replace. See, when they're full and the spring's pushing down, they will be touching, but that they're in the way out. They would last in no time at all, so we're going to have to do that brush replacement. It is. There we are. Next item on the agenda is this part. Darn worm maybe not holding my hand here when I pull this out. I nearly done it again, but that's not going to do me any harm because there's no pressure there. There's no pressure there at all, but he says, well, these springs, I suppose, could do it. Could damage your hand when you pull that out. So don't hold your hand here, is what I've been told by a guy who's servicing multiple ones of these every week. Huh? She's not dry, but I'm hoping I'll get away with this. They don't have to put the catch ring in there. But I'm gonna. I think it's a one-shot deal. Whatever way it works, is like last week. Put it together. It goes. It goes. It doesn't. It doesn't. You know. I'll show you what's wrong with this one. I'll pull this off here. There's no washer in that. There's no spring. Some of them have a spring and a washer on them. These little arms here. This little bar. There'll be peace when I'm done. Look at this. The piston's stuck. Or not the piston. That's called, maybe called a striker or something. I don't know the terminology. But that's the problem. That's the problem there. That's not moving. That's not. When you push that on, it's supposed to push back at you. That's not. That's just staying in. And that's not what we want from our. That's not what we want from our SDS. Dewalt. It's really stuck in there. And to be honest, it is dry. It's dry down in there. I think that's the real issue with this one. I'm hoping that's the real issue. And then there's the O-ring that I'm going to replace. It's not broke, but probably worn anyway. So we're going to go down that road. We're going to just replace it. This O-ring, grease her up. Hopefully get rid of that knock. And I might bring a bit of masonry in here to see if she's drilling properly when I'm finished. These are a thing that I've done before, but I wouldn't call myself an expert. I have some experience, but my good friend Darren, Big D, is always stuck solid. Tingle gel. Makita Grease is a Dewalt hammer. That's what I'm using. There you are. Lovely. Get in there, son. What's Fox Can Fix It asking me? He's asking me about something. I'll just get the gloves off here and I can read the screen here. Take the gloves off a second. We're no panic tonight. Do you use black or green O-ring in these? There's a brown O-ring. There's a brown O-ring called the dynamic O-ring. It's a DeWalt part. Yeah. I'll make it run like a Milwaukee. Who knows? Might make it high cookie. Might make it do the hokey cookie. Who knows? But they're a brown O-ring that goes on that little striker piece. and it's called a dynamic ring. It's a 3x13 O-ring. There's probably an O-ring of a size, but it's always brown. It's always brown. It always comes brown. This one looks black, but it is brown when you wipe the grease off it. One of the first things that I first bigger videos. Oh, there she goes. The first bigger videos that I did, it was a 3-parter fixing one of these, but it was only a brush replacement. It might have been a brush and an armature. I never touched the hammer. The first time I looked at one of these hammers, I felt like I was looking at a spaceship. I didn't know what I was looking at. I didn't know what I was doing. I was afraid it would all fall out. I wouldn't know how to put it back together. But I would now. I would do it now. See, we're getting the resistance. That should be a good hard hammer now. Hopefully not with the hard knock. May grease that. The Darren tell me to put stronger grease on there and we'll get a better job. He gave me a packet of grease one time. A wee packet. I might use that. Well, it's a wipe. Oh, lovely. There's some grease there. Don't know what type this is, but a mystery benefactor. Give me that. Mystery benefactor, everybody knows who it is. Give me that, because he's a good lad. Right. She might love, guys. She might love. It's a one-shot deal, anyway. I would say. It's a bit more resistance there now. You can see I was just going like, what would you say? There's a bit of resistance there. A bit of resistance there. Made me a wild hard hammer, but it's better than it was anyway. It's better than it was. There's a bit of resistance there. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Right. We're going to catch up with you guys in the chat. We're only half an hour on. We're only about half an hour on here. See what's going on. Alright. Hey, it's whatever. I use whatever I can reach. Like getting up from the bench sometimes. The mechanic told the customer, my piston broke. Your piston broke. And he says, that's bad because I'm piston broke. And I like that one. That's a good one. That's a good one. That naturally translates differently over here. Pissed means angry over in the USA. Pissed means drunk over here. So, but it works either way. It's a transatlantic delight. What do we see? There we are. Get that little pin on. We'll put this together and call it fixed anyway. So that's what Doctor Lefthandthread does. He just calls it fixed. Whether it's fixed or not. Some of this harder stuff around here. Should I be referring to myself in the third person? Is it cool to do that? I suppose I better put the motor on, because she'll go better if I put the motor on. and she'll go even better if I put the fill coil on. So I'll try not to get too excited, guys, and just put it together all wrong. There's a wee notch in this fill coil, and it has to sit in the top. If you know what I mean. There's a little notch there, and that fill coil sits onto it like that, I believe. There it is. Sits on like that. Yeah. Don't forget the springs. Yes, Pat. I did forget the springs. One of my live streams. If I was the sort of man got embarrassed, I would have been highly embarrassed by that. But I'm not that type of guy. That's for other people. Embarrassment's for other people. I don't have time for that shit. If you remember the film Predator, the movie Predator, Jesse Ventura says he didn't have time to bleed. I don't have time to get embarrassed. It's the same sort of thing. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Like a glove, you think I was made to go in there. I didn't forget any bits either, which is always a treat. Still only just over half an hour in. If I get all these batteries from Wicklow, they're going to be interesting, and I might do some kind of live. If I get a spare Thursday evening or something, you never know what way things goes. But if I get a spare day here or there, I might just pop up on your stream, pop up on your feed. But these crazy Sunday lives are going to continue, even if they're going to be a couple less this month. Because I do these definitely because I enjoy them. I'm certainly not doing it for the money, but it's definitely good to get a few machines read up. Sometimes if you want to get a few machines done that you haven't done, the live stream sort of encourages you to do it as well. You know, other than that, you may not just start on a Sunday night and start going at it, you know. So we'll leave that aside for now. That's that one. And I'll probably do a contact clean or something on this, just to make sure the switch stays nice and good. We'll see who's on the chat or what's happening. I did put one together without the springs one time. That wasn't that's what I call suboptimal. But I opened it up and put the springs on, you know. Imagine a real doctor did that. Forgot your liver or something. Oh, still the liver lying on the bench. I'll open him up and put his liver on. Silly me. It's good I'm a power tool doctor rather than a doctor. Sunday nights wouldn't be as funny when it goes wrong. Oh, dear. Here we go. There's a problem with these sometimes, getting them to stay on. I've actually had to solder these on before. There's little retainers here, but sometimes they break too. But these ones are intact for now. That's the black one goes in the top. We want the motor going the right way, so we'll put them on the right way, hopefully. Might put an extra screw on this little retainer just to keep it in place, because there is a bit of an issue sometimes with them bouncing out due to the vibrational nature of this tool. That's why them little clips are there, but sometimes they're just not enough, you know. I've stuck them in with hot glue before, but I find put a little T10 screw or something like that on, seems to be like that come off very, very, very easy there. It shouldn't come off so easy there. I'll give it a little squeeze with the pliers. Make sure it stays on. That's tighter. I'll put little screws into these wee retainers to make sure that they don't bounce out in the rough and tumble of SDS drilling. Right, we'll leave that aside for now. Give these a bit of a blowout, I think. Not too bad. Okay. I've seen a guy putting one of these together with a rubber hammer one time. That's the first, it probably had the first video of one of these Dewalt SDS machines. It was a 253 and he bit it together with a rubber hammer. So I thought, that's my kind of guy. but I've never done that. Not yet, anyway. It's not really necessary to do so. They sort of just fit anyway. Oh yeah, there it is. There you are, Pat, the springs. Pat didn't forget. He didn't forget that I forgot to strip the springs one time. If only that was the most silly thing that I've done in my life, I'd be a happy doctor. Put on a couple of screws on the far side before I put on the springs. And you can't get the springs wrong because there's different size of, slightly different diameter. The heavy one goes to the top, I believe. And it's harder to get in. And the lighter one, the one with least resistance, goes down there. The stronger one goes up here. Oh. What the hell's that thing? Dear, oh dear. Would be, wouldn't it? I don't know where that's going. Nothing can go wrong, he said. I think it's going. Hold on. Here it is. Could be my night, lads. Could be my night. That's a pretty strong spring. Martin's asked a good question, but I don't know what the good question is. Hold on to see. It doesn't matter what flavour the pot noodle is. Let's see, where'd I put that spring now? Oh, there it is. I went for the beef and tomato pot noodle. It's a king pot. The king pot holds more material because it's higher. But if you look in the back, the beef and tomato pot noodle is suitable for vegetarians. So there's something up with them. There's false advertising there. Where do we see you get the spring in? I'm making a real meal out of this. I'll just put the spring in and stop the nonsense. There it is. First time. Once I decided to stop the nonsense, the spring went done. That's all I had to do. I don't think I'm going to have any pieces left over when I have this together. That's the bad news. Right. Oh yes, this little silver thing goes on here, if you were paying attention. There we are. I'll pull together with that. There you are. I'll pull this silver bit is falling out, but I'll pull together with the screws now. When we get to this stage, we've done well so far. $46 in. I thought, to be honest, if somebody had asked me how long this fix is sort of going to take, or how long would I estimate, I would have said 45 minutes. But we're over the 45 minutes now. I suppose it's an error. Get in there. Get in there. This silver piece is determined to fall out. It would be alright without this silver piece, but we'll just try and make a good job of it. Came all the way from County Down to the doctor's surgery, so we'll try and make it work. If I had been using conventional wisdom, I could have tested the motor before I put this all together. But sometimes I've not been conventional or wise, so we'll just see what happens. No extra screws left, that's all of them. Suppose it sets a sense of suspense if I don't know if it's going or not yet. Or indeed if it's any better than it was before I started to fix it, which is the real question. That's okay. Another spring. Before I had the workshop, I used to fix stuff out in the backyard. And one of these springs, actually, I was trying to put it in, it was just nearly finished to fix like this, on a 273. I went up the field in the middle of summer, grass half a foot long, up the field, never to be seen again. But luckily enough, the spares box didn't disappoint. All I could do is laugh. And watch it go into the distance. Pot little thing's empty, so all we got left is the chuck. And we're 50 minutes in, so it's going to be an hour's a charm, hopefully. That's if we've successfully fixed this. That's the if. That's the if. Yeah. Try and hold this to the camera if I can, just in case somebody's watching this and after a while I put the ball in there. You see that? After a period of time, I want to fix one of these bad boys. Might help them. Yep. Yep. What do we think? What do we think now? Is it fix or fail? Is it fix or fail? I might have to just give you a minute to get your answers on. Fix or fail? Moment of truth. Wing and hope for the best. At lever spring. Lever spring. Oh, aye, the silver thing fell out. Silver thing's back in again. Thanks, Stephen. It keeps falling out, but it's not falling out now because I screwed it together. It fell out about 3 times there. Anyway, will we try her? Fix or fail? Who knows? Who knows? Fixed, fixed, fixed. Right. I've got votes for fixed. And we're going to put her to hammer drill. It is. Still noisy, is she? Not as noisy. No, she's alright. Put her the ordinary drill. Yeah. Put her the chisel. I would say she's fixed, but I'm going to bring out a bit of masonry and I'm going to drill her. Hold on. Don't go away, guys. Let's see. Right, can you see that? I'm calling that fixed, guys. I'm calling that fixed. Oh, so it was a success tonight. After all that shenanigans. Hey, the problem is, Fox Can Fix a Garage. I don't have any neighbours. My nearest neighbour is about 500 yards around the corner. Yeah, fixed. You're all correct. Hammer time for Doctor Lefthandthread. Don't forget to give the stream a like, guys. That's nearly an hour, and that was a good stream. That'll give me a wee bit of encouragement to do some other shenanigans the next time. Thank you very much for all getting on here. Fox Can Fix a Garage. Good to see you. Love your channel. Keep up the good work. BW's Electronics, Gaz Bull, Martin Kelly, Pat McMahon, of course, and J Bubs, Stephen Dyer. Good to see you. Thanks for the. That's all it is now. Yeah. Next time I'm going to fix one of these. I'm probably going to use a chicken and mushroom pot noodle, but sure, whatever. 50-50 fix. 50-50. I probably get a 50-50 success rate, but I'm calling that a. What's our battery like? Battery's well down. I don't know. It's not bad. I'll take another look at her after a while. She'll have to do now. I'm not opening her tonight again, I know. Good night. Thank you very much. And see you in 2 weeks' time. 2 weeks' time. Thanks very much for tuning in, and good night.